Hello friends, welcome to another Angry Hobo channel with your host Angry Hobo. Anyhow, so I figure it's my duty to do a follow-up on this big news story that Trump is going after all the homeless. So alright, so I want to do this, video. And so I'll go ahead and do it. Alright? Any and everything I say could be wrong, because this video is for entertainment and education purposes only, so do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Okay. So I was homeless for 10 years. And then I worked in the homeless service provider field doing street outreach for 10 years. And then I ran a channel talking about homelessness for like 7 or 8 years. And overall probably averaged at least one video a week for like 7 years, 8 years. So anyways, so for some reason this became a big story of how Trump is removing all the homeless from Washington, D.C. And anyway, so I was watching Jim Rizzoli this morning, and Jim and Diane made a good point about this whole story. Is that nobody really knows for sure like what's going on. Okay, so that woman, that pretty blonde that's like does the press secretary shit, I won't go and like really do thorough investigations on like what's the press secretary saying about, like, for example, this. But I did listen to her, and what she said is what they always do. Like, this is nothing new, dude. They've been doing this, whether they put out a press release that they're doing it or not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not new, which is why, I brought up the word news is it's bullshit, because the word news implies that there's something new. And so when they're telling you, oh, there's this new thing happening, they're lying, because it's not new. So it's a lie right off the bat, because it's not new, okay? And so when the press secretary is saying, yeah, we're going to go after the homeless, we're going to round them all up, and, they must leave their camps, and we're going to round them all up, and we're going to give them the option to go into a shelter program. And we're going to provide them with free drug and alcohol recovery services and free mental health services. And if they refuse these things, then they could be subject to fines and jail time. Okay. But this is what they've always done. Whether they put a press release out or not, it doesn't change the fact that all these years, that's all they've done. And see, you won't believe me because all these people are telling you that this is a new story. They're not telling you that this is the way it's always been. that they round up all these fucking homeless people and they just take them to jail. It's illegal to be homeless. So all of these people are lying, whether they know it or not. It's like if I heard that this thing is happening, and then I go on and I tell you, oh, this thing is happening. This new thing is happening. Whether I know it or not, I'm spreading the lie. It's a lie that this is some new thing that's happening where we're using the government and the police and everything to, and the press secretary said it herself. She said, these are already established laws that are on the books. This is already that's the one true thing that she said is, these are all laws, pre-existing laws. And followed it up by saying, so therefore we're not doing anything wrong because these laws already exist. So just because a law exists, does that make it a just law? Oh, well, this law has already been in existence for 50 years or more, so therefore it's a just law. And we're not doing anything wrong. But anyways, this is nothing new. Dude, I lived on the fucking street for 10 years. I have been in and out of jail. I probably have a criminal record as long as my fucking arm of loitering, vagrancy, panhandling, trespassing. Like, these laws are unjust. All property is owned. Like, no, the majority of all you people, you're never going to understand this because you've never been homeless. And because of your lack of understanding is why they can use your lack of understanding against you. And they will, and they do. There is such a massive lack of understanding regarding the subject of homelessness that I watch them pull this same card out all the time. And because the majority of all of you don't even have any understanding about homelessness at all, that's why they're constantly throwing this card out. They're playing the same card. They're playing you over and over and over and over and over. Dude, the homeless thing is a tool that is used against all of you. Whether you're homeless or middle class, or you're all just constantly being played, just like the race card. The homeless card is just another race card because the word homeless is the new word for nigger. And so they just, the game is rigged. Just like the fucking casinos in Vegas, those games are all rigged. And you go in there and you think you're something special that's gonna, you're different, you're special. And then that same rigged game, it just goes on and on and on. And those casinos in Vegas, casinos just keep raking in all that money. And all these people that think they're special and unique are somehow gonna beat the rigged game. And it's always that same race card, homeless card. Homeless is the new word for nigger, and because you don't understand it, that card is more effective than the race card. The race card is just a card to distract you from the actual real card that'll fuck you every time. Because you don't have the majority of all you have no understanding of anything about homelessness at all. Despite the fact that homelessness plagues every major city in your fucking country. And all media always tells you the same thing. Oh, don't look at all that homeless stuff. That's just a bunch of lazy, mentally ill, drug-addicted criminal vagrants. Just keep playing the casino game. Come on. Come on. Just keep playing the game. You're going to win it this time. I can feel you. The luck is coming. The freedom is on your side. You got freedom on your side. You got freedom of speech. You got freedom of... Oh, don't look at all them homeless. Come on, let's play. Come on. Get back. Come on back to me. Back to me. Back to me. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Eyes on the cards. There ain't no tricks up my sleeve. Don't look at them fucking homeless people. Dude, they got you all played all the time. So now, will this... See, I already been homeless for 10 years. Eating out of fucking... Thoroughly digging through dumpsters for 10 years. And then worked in the homeless service provider field doing street outreach. Pounding the feet to the pavement. Engaging fucking all these homeless people that plague every city in every nation. Trained by leading experts in the field. Fucking tens of thousands of hours of field study, field application, field research, training by leading experts in the field, and all other kinds of experience, inside and out, upside down, everything. I am like the the hobo whisperer. All of this I've seen and experienced it upside down, backwards, forwards, every which way. I know the fucking drill. And so, and then when this so-called news story breaks out, you don't ever think anything of it. You're just like, oh yeah. You don't even think anything of like how this might be, and they already know that. They're just playing you. So anyways, yeah. Just like you don't know that that homeless is the new word for nigger. That's part of the game. You're not supposed to know that the word homeless is the new word for nigger. And so the race card, you think, oh, they're playing the race card, when really they're just throwing that card out to distract you so that you'll think, oh, the race card again. I already know this because I'm special. I know how the casinos work. When I see that race card, I know what's coming next. And they know that you don't, because they know that you don't know that homeless is the new word for nigger. And so then they throw out the homeless card and they fucking knock you on your ass. But you're back at the table because you know that that was just luck on their part, because you know how the game works. And then even though the game's rigged, you're somehow special. When the lockdowns that they're putting on the homeless, like what Trump is doing right now, come for you, you already know. That's right, says the dealer at the casino. You got it. I can feel it. I can feel it. You really got this one. You got this, girl. You go, girl. You got it. You got this, man. Yep. Yeah, and then when your government starts treating you like they do the homeless in Washington, D.C., boom, knocking you on your ass, and then you're complaining, hey, this is a rigged game. Yeah, that rigged game that you've been playing this whole time because you think that you're somehow special. Hey, why are you locking me down and forcing me to wear a mask? Now you're telling me I'm going to lose my job if I don't get the jab, Hey, this ain't right. But they've been doing it to the homeless right in front of your face all these years and telling you, oh, these homeless people, they deserve this. And then you're, yay, yeah, we're all right, yeah, get those homeless people. Meanwhile, you just keep playing that game. Oh, You're special. You're much more special than them homeless. Yeah. So anyways, see, what Trump is doing in Washington, D.C. is what every governor of every fucking major city and every fucking governor of every fucking state, they do this constantly all the time. And there is no secretary press release about it. And so when there's a secretary of police and they make, when there's a secretary report where, oh, the big Trump team is coming out to tell you they're doing this, it's all designed to make you think this is some new thing. This is some new thing going on. Breaking news. And then you just spread the lie. Whether you know it or not, you're like spreading this lie. Oh my gosh, look at what they're now, look at what they're doing now. Well, no, they've been doing this the whole time. Just like at the casino. You know, you are getting played. But don't worry about it. Just keep playing. Just keep playing the game. Don't worry about the fact that you don't even know that the word homeless is the new word for nigger. Because you know how the game's played. You're a master. You're the casino master. You know how these casinos work. So anyways, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with all this? What Trump is doing is what has been happening to all these homeless this whole time. It is nothing new. It's nothing new. Like, okay, like when I was homeless on the street, I had to learn. You have to learn by trial and error. See, because I was out on the street for 10 years. And you learn really fast that you don't just pitch up a tent on the Capitol lawn. Because you're going to go to jail. Like within a week, you're in jail. And so when the news shows you all these pictures of these tents pitched up on the Capitol lawn, that's all more trickery. Like when you look at those tents pitched on the Capitol lawn, they're all brand new. You don't find that weird? I never owned a brand new tent when I was homeless for 10 years. And I never pitched a tent on the Capitol lawn. Because you learn very quickly that it is illegal to be homeless. If you're homeless, you gotta hide. And it's not very easy to find places to hide. But see, you don't believe what I'm saying, even though I continue to go on and on trying to explain this to you people. You don't believe me. But you will believe the official story that's being put out. But you won't believe me. Doesn't make much sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. You know, like the majority of homeless people are not pitching their tents on Capitol lawns and on the sidewalk of streets and stuff. That's not reality. In reality, when you're homeless, you learn really quick that you hide. If you're homeless, you hide. You know, you might go out and spare change or something. But outside of that, like when you have to go to sleep, you have to find a place to hide. Because it's illegal to be homeless. And even when you find a place to hide, they'll still find you anyways. Because that's what they're doing. They're looking for homeless people so that they can charge them with fines and jail time. Like when they fill beds in jails, that's money for them. That's revenue. Hello? And instead of policing real crime, They just go after like the homeless and jaywalkers and, you know, people that aren't wearing their seatbelts, and that's all they do. And the worst criminals, they're all holding positions of power in Washington, D.C. So of course, Trump and Biden and Obama and Clinton and Bush and all these people, they're not going to police the real crime, because the real crime is sitting in all the positions of power in the White House and all the other positions of power. They're not going to go after their own selves. So of course, they're going to go after like the homeless, jaywalkers, you know, you, because you didn't turn your blinker on when you made a right turn. But they're not going to go after the swamp creatures that hold all the positions of power. They never have. Why would you think that all of a sudden they're going to? And this is nothing new, dude. They've been doing this your whole life. And now, like in the last 48 hours, they're putting out this big, breaking news story that this is some new thing, that they're going after the homeless. I've been to jail many times as a result of these sweeps that they do. All the time they do this. Every city, towns are a lot of times even worse, because towns have nothing to do. The cops have nothing to do anyways. And cops never have anything to do, because cops' job is not to police real crime. It's not to police real crime. How is it that you don't understand this? If the police's job was to police real crime, well, then you would see all the swamp creep, like Hunter Biden, for example, would have gone to jail for his laptop from hell. He would have gone to jail, dude. And all of these people, all of these masses of Holly weirdos on these Epstein client lists, all of these Holly weirdos on the P. Diddy lists, you know, rolling around in the fucking, the baby oil, all these fuckers would be going to jail if the police were there to police real crime. They wouldn't be taking homeless people to jail. So anyways, I worked in the homeless service provider field for 10 years. And what you're seeing Trump grandstand about doing with this homeless thing, this is like, that's all I've ever seen. That's why in the movie They Live, you see all the stormtrooper police come in and raid the homeless camp. They Live, man. I thought They Live is everybody's talking about They Live and stuff. See, the majority of you don't even understand the movie They Live. You don't understand why in the movie They Live there is that big, long, drawn-out, dramatic scene where all the cops, stormtrooper cops, come in with helicopters and bulldozers and go in and raid a homeless camp in the movie They Live. You don't understand. The majority of you just don't get it. You know, you don't understand that there's a reason that John Nada in the movie They Live, the main character, John Nada, is a homeless man. You don't understand. The majority of you do not understand this. You're not connecting the dots. And all your favorite dot connectors, like the Corbett Report and True Stream Media, they're not reporting any of this shit to you. Crow House, Richie from Boston, because they don't know. They're not in the know. And then these little tiny channels that are scattered about that you'll never hear about, you'll never know about. that have like 20 subscribers and 750 videos. Like, you'll never listen to them. You'll never hear them. They're the ones that are crazy. And Richie from Boston is not. He's the one bringing it to you and all this stuff. Like So anyways, and it just goes on and on and on and on.